Oh, hi there. It's been over a week since I've made a video, so I figured I'd make one now. I have to make it kind of quick because I have to head out the door. Uh, what I wanted to talk about was the fact that Donald Trump is not a dictator. Um, it's really obvious as to why he's not one. Yes, he's made executive decisions. That's a president. That's what they do. Um, but the media shows a version of what's going on that obviously contradicts Donald Trump's regime. Um, you're allowed to speak out against his policies, you're allowed to disagree with him, and you're allowed to openly insult him. Uh, I do notice you walk around the streets and things like that, nobody really cares. Maybe it's just the surroundings. Maybe the anti-Trump protesters are so absurd that nobody takes them too seriously. Um, I have debated a few people online about the legitimacy of some of the complaints against them. And to be honest with you, the people who are on that side, sure, they're morally right about some things, but they are really stupid about others. They're just completely ignorant. And with the amount of media that is available, just every bit of media available in the whole internet, they could convince you that Donald Trump is right quite easily if they wanted to. Because these people, they react to what they see and what they read on the internet. And what they see and what they read on the internet is very limited. It is intentionally meant to do so, so that people aren't well informed. I've made videos where I've described how the internet actually is, and the fact that you can't learn a lot of things on the internet. I mean, if you can't learn how to buy an antique, for example, on the internet, how are you going to learn about something significant that affects your everyday life? How are you going to learn about real conspiracies? I mean, you go to Boston bombings, 9/11, you hear the same old rhetoric being pounded in your head every day, and it doesn't really answer questions. I've mentioned this before, where you could watch 20 hours of video talking about 9/11, but you're not going to get anywhere. It's all unsubstantiated evidence that they have, and they have no way of proving it, and they've only regurgitated it from someone else saying it. Sure, there's a story there, but do I know what it is? No. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. The thing is, with Donald Trump, if it ever came to, city to city serious conflict because of whatever reason, there's all kinds of reasons, mostly external, because believe me, your own country can, lead you quite well. They're very capable of doing that. It's the more the threat of the outside world coming in and telling you what to do, which is precisely why the wall is being built. The thing is, if it came down to it, like street to street, tribal warfare, people just going crazy and not understanding what's going on, then if Donald Trump pulls up in his limousine in front of you, or one of his cronies does that, believe you me, you can get a job working for him. He'll find something useful for you to be doing, because he will need bodies to do the manual work around because it may have been just mostly through the Obama and the Bush administration, but there was a lot of talk about FEMA camps, and there's those stones or whatever they are, with the Illuminati symbol saying they're going to depopulate the world and things like that. To be honest with you, we're on a giant continent, and we're not that densely populated, really. And we do have the resources to grow an abundance of food and things like that. I mean, sure, California is going through a drought and all that, but we have the capability, if need be, to build towers that filters salt water and turn it into fresh water. We could do that if we needed to, but we don't even need to do that yet. There's not that much of a water crisis. I mean, Canada has 20% of the world's water. But as I'm saying, these external forces. The thing is, people are so stupid that there should, hypothetically, another government come along and take over our media. Let's say they caught our politicians, our leaders, our business leaders with their pants down, and they all, I don't know, anywhere. They abducted them. Aliens came along and beamed them up to their ship and took them away. There are a lot of people who go, yeah, this is great. This is exactly what we needed. Who says sheep can't live without farms? They can't live without their shepherd. That's not entirely true, because they know things that you don't. And just because you read stuff on the internet doesn't mean you know as much as them. I've made arguments with people saying, look, the government obviously knows more than you do. And they go, oh, no, they don't. They don't know morality and blah, 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 blah. And I go, you don't get it, do you? Like simple things, for example. They go, why is the United States bombing certain countries in the Middle East? Perhaps an obvious explanation is because some of their leaders are desperately trying to acquire WMDs, as George Bush honestly said, and will in fact use them on Western countries should they ever get the opportunity. And are we just gonna sit back and let them do that? No. Yes, there are innocent people who get in a spot of trouble, but we're not going to take a serious nasty hit, or potentially take a serious bad hit to accommodate them. In fact, most of them would support their leaders anyway, because they've been fed anti-Western propaganda. I mean, we're getting fed anti-Western propaganda. You got a lot of people running around here who don't like the West. And it's done in such a way that they're not really doing anything. They're only thinking of themselves, making as much money as they can. But you go to talk to them about anything, and it's bad America, bad this, bad that. And it seems rather unreasonable to me. And, it's been this typical theme for me for the last, 15, 16, 17 years, since I've been old enough for, more intelligent thought. Because, I mean, when you're young, you're not capable of intelligent thought. But as you get older, and you look at all the propaganda around you, and all what the media says and things like that, and it doesn't necessarily have to cater to my beliefs, but it really, I just don't agree with the general theme of what's going on as far as media, social norms, and social construct and things like that. Nobody wants to hear about Bruce Jenner. But you look at all those tabloid magazines, you can't help it when you're in a grocery store to look at one of them, and he's on the cover, and you're just like, I don't want to see this. I don't even want to know about it. It's all those Kardashians' fault, probably. And his name is Bruce Jenner, so you know, there is no gender construct. You're either a man or you're a woman. There is no in between. If you're homosexual or something like that, or a lesbian, you're still the sex you were born. If you mutilate your genitals, superimpose breast on you or something, you are still whatever gender you were born. You can never change that. This argument is stupid, and people who go along with that sort of idea are stupid. Anyway, I've talked about a few things here and there. I said I want to make this video quick. I'm mostly making it because I haven't made a video in a week for various reasons. I'm actually getting some pictures together to make another lame claim to fame video. Post that in a couple days, or maybe even tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. So the main theme I wanted to get out of this is Donald Trump is not a dictator. He allows people to think what they want within, reasonable standing. And the fact of the matter is, as a active body, you would be useful for his campaign or anything like that to help improve the economy in case things go sour and things get a little crazy. Because there certainly are people who would like it to go that way. And a lot of them are anti-Western government. And they're within the countries as well. They're within our countries, and they want to see destabilization. Because they're biased, and they come from some other place in the world, and they don't like us. They really, really don't. And this whole moral justice and look at the wrongs the Americans are doing and this, that, and the other. It's just like, go fuck yourself, okay? In other places in the world, they do plenty of fucked up shit. But we don't necessarily talk about it in our country because we're focused on our problems. Our government and our army is handling those problems outside. And believe you me, they're a lot worse than they are the ones here. Even all the race baiting and all that other kind of shit that happened at the end of Obama administration, even that, as bad as it is still not the worst thing out there. There are fucking things way worse than you. I just made a video on ant farms in China. Believe you me, there are worse things out there. You just, it gets irritating talking to idiots all the time. People who don't have intelligent opinions. They need a link. They need a source, video to explain to them how they should think. They're not capable of being the explorer, the pioneer, the one who goes off into unknown territory and figures things out for himself. Now, the ideas I brought up with, I know other people are going to agree with. I know other people know a lot more about it than me, but they don't make readily available media that caters to what I want to hear. They don't necessarily have to, but it'd be kind of nice if the more wake the fuck up kind of media was out there. Like, this is what the world really is, and there's, but there isn't, and it can get rather a little bit spooky sometimes in the sense that don't quite know what's going on, don't know how to act appropriately to certain things. Some people know what's going on. Don't ask me. I'm shut in. I'm all to myself. I don't talk to a lot of people. I have vague conversations, even with people I consider to be good friends. And we don't really talk too much. So I have to kind of figure this stuff out for myself. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Perhaps make a video tonight. We'll see. Anyway, good day.